embark on a journey through the rich tapestry of Philippine history as we unveil the top 20 historical places, events, and practices that have shaped the cultural landscape of this archipelago. The Philippines offers a treasure trove of historical significance waiting to be explored. Join us as we delve into the heart of Filipino heritage, tracing the footsteps of the past civilizations and reliving pivotal moments in its storied past. From majestic landmarks to vibrant traditions, each destination on this list serves as a testament to the resilience, creativity, and diversity of the Filipino people. Get ready to immerse yourself in the fascinating world of Philippine history and let the adventure begin. First, the Chocolate Hills. The Chocolate Hills are a group of unusually shaped hills located in the middle of the island of Bohol in Philippines. This extraordinary landscape is unique to the small island. It is known how many chocolate hills there are. It is known that at the bare minimum there are 1,268 hills, but some estimates put this number as high as 1,776. The hills are not huge. The highest one barely reaches 120 meters height. Even so, most hills are between 30 and 50 meters. The conical chocolate hills are scattered within a 50 square kilometer area. Mystery still surrounds how the chocolate hills were formed. One of the most popular local legends is that long ago, two giants fought for days, hurling earth and stones at one another until they fell exhausted, friends once more, into each other's arms. Second, San Agustin Church in Manila. The San Agustin Church in Manila is a stunning building steeped in rich history. Constructed by the Augustinian priest at the beginning of the 17th century, it was considered one of the oldest churches in the Philippines. San Agustin Church in Manila is a cultural treasure and holds great significance for the Philippines' history, religion, and culture. It has undergone numerous restoration and preservation efforts, including post-World War II restoration, National Historical Landmark designation, and ongoing preservation efforts. These efforts have helped to ensure the survival and continued maintenance of San Agustin Church, preserving the rich cultural and historical heritage of the Philippines. Third, the Bonifacio Trial House. The Teodorico Reyes Ancestral House, more commonly known as the Bonifacio Trial House, is a historic house and museum in Maragondon, Cavite, Philippines. It was built in 1889 and served as a military court wherein it has been a witness to the trial of Andres Bonifacio in 1897. The ancestral home of the family of Teodorico Reyes was where Andres Bonifacio, together with his brother Procopio, were tried by a court-martial for treason and sedition on May 5, 1897. A day later, Bonifacio was sentenced to death. The Supremo of the Katipunan was arrested by Emilio Aguinaldo after his refusal to accept the revolutionary government. To this day, Bonifacio remains a figure both inspiring and controversial, an object of fascination and study with many people, considering him as the de facto national hero of this country. The house where questionable trial was held was turned into a museum, ang Museum ng Paglilitis ni Andres Bonifacio, in November 2014 after receiving its official marker from the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. Fourth, the Sultan Kudarat Monument in Sultan Kudarat. Muhammad Dipatuan Kudarat, famously known as Sultan Kudarat, was revered and hailed as the greatest sultan that ever ruled in Mindanao. He was a celebrated warrior, fearless in the face of the Spanish conquistadors who threatened to occupy his ancestral domain. He tenaciously defended the Islamic faith and steadfastly held his ground against the Spanish invaders. Monuments were built honoring him for his bravery and valor. This is one in Makati, Ayala Triangle, and another in Cotabato City, Maguindanao de Tantawan Park, but the most photographed stands in front of the Sultan Kudarat provincial capital in Isulan. Fifth is the Blood Compact. This particular site was made in honor of a very important event happened between the white and the brown races. The white race represents Miguel Lopez de Legazpi of Spain, and the brown race represents our very own Raha Sikatuna of Bohol. It was considered as the first treaty of friendship between the two different races. It was based on the respect on equality, and this event is commonly known as Sandugo, which means iisang dugo. The event was known all over the Philippines. The Sandugo was a blood compact performed on the island of Bohol. It is an annual celebration, a yearly historical event that takes place every month of July. The blood compact site located at Bohol District, Tagbilaran City in Bohol was well known as a memorial ground to the historic sign of friendship between the Spaniard and the Filipinos. 6. Saying thank you. In expressing gratitude in Tagalog, showing appreciation often involves using the phrase salamat to say thank you with the addition of po to convey extra respect, reflecting the importance of acknowledging gratitude in Filipino culture. This manner of showing respect is deeply rooted in Filipino customs, where demonstrating appreciation is highly valued. In Tagalog, using po or opo is an essential part of conveying respect, emphasizing politeness and courtesy in interactions. 7. The galleon trade. Manila Galleon, Spanish sailing vessel that made an annual round trip, one vessel per year, across the Pacific between Manila in the Philippines and Acapulco in present Mexico during the period 1565 to 1815. They were the sole means of communication between Spain and its Philippine colony and served as an economic lifeline for the Spaniards and Manila. During the heyday of the galleon trade, Manila became one of the world's great ports, serving as a focus for trade between China and Europe. Through Chinese silk was by far the most important cargo. Other exotic goods such as perfumes, porcelain, cotton fabric from India, and precious stones were also transshipped via the galleon. After unloading at Acapulco, this cargo normally yielded a profit of 100 to 300%. On its return voyage, the vessel brought back huge quantities of Mexican silver and church personnel bearing communications from Spain. 8. Hook Balahap Rebellion. Hook Balahap Rebellion 1946-54, Communists lead peasant uprising in Central Luzon, Philippines. The name of the movement is a Tagalog acronym for Hukbo ng Bayan Laban sa Hapon, which means People's Anti-Japanese Army. The Hawks came close to victory in 1950 but were subsequently defeated by a combination of advanced U.S. weaponry supplied to the Philippine government and administrative reforms under the charismatic Philippine President Ramon Magsaysay. 9. Aguinaldo Shrine, Kawit, Cavite. The Emilio Aguinaldo Shrine is a national shrine located in Kawit, Cavite, in the Philippines, where the Philippine Declaration of Independence from Spain was declared on July 12, 1898. To commemorate the event, now known as Araw ng Kalayaan or Independence Day, a national holiday, the Philippine flag is raised here by top government officials on July 12 each year. The house is now a museum. 10th is the Kamayan. Kamayan means one of 8 major Filipino dialects and is a communal feast where the food is laid out on bed of banana leaves instead of plates and your eating utensils are your fingers. The Kamayan tradition, also known as the Bodol fight, began in the Filipino military when quick meals had to be served to the troops and there was no time for laying out plates and utensils. And afterwards, cleanup was as quick and easy as rolling up the banana leaves. 11. The Balangidja Massacre. The Balangidja Massacre was one of the bloodiest events during the Philippine-American War. To this day, the United States considers this as their worst single defeat. in the history of the Three-Year War from 1899 to 1902. The Philippines has also not forgotten the Republic Act 692 enacted on February 10, 1989, declared September 28 of every year as a Balangija Encounter Day, a special non-working holiday in Eastern Samar to commemorate the uprising of fellow Filipinos and to honor the gallantry of those killed. 12. The Battle of Leyte Gulf. The Battle of Leyte Gulf, also known as the Second Battle of the Philippine Sea. It was the largest naval battle in modern history. It was fought in the Pacific theater of World War II in the sea surrounding the Philippine island of Leyte from October 23 to October 26, 1944, between the Allies and the Empire of Japan. The Allies commenced the invasion of Leyte in order to cut off Japan from her Southeast Asia colonies and hamper the source of crucial oil supplies for the Imperial Japanese Navy. The Japanese gathered all their remaining major naval forces in an attempt to repel the Allied troops, but they failed to achieve their object and also suffered heavy losses. The battle was last major naval engagement of World War II. The Imperial Japanese Navy never again sailed to battle in such large force, being deprived of their fuel, returning to Japan to sit inactive for the remainder of the war until April 1945. And Operation Ten Ikigo means Operation Heavy One, when the Japanese Navy sent its remaining ships, including the battleship Yamato, on a suicide mission against the Allied force invading Okinawa. 13th, the Pagmamano. Pagmamano is a Filipino gesture often done by young people to the elders as a sign of respect. This is done by gently striking the elder's right hand to the young's forehead. Usually, especially in the provinces, the elder will say, "Kaawaan ka ng Diyos," "May God have mercy on you." 14th, the Harana. Harana, the Filipino serenade. It is a dating tradition practiced in Filipino culture, originally influenced by the Spanish. In this tradition, a man will get a group of his friends together to go to the window of the woman he admires. His musician friends accompany him as he sings to the woman. In this special moment, the girl listens and watches as the boy earnestly sings a sweet love song to her. The boy is being very vulnerable in this situation. He is singing for the girl he has a crush on. This typically makes the girl feel very special, maybe even fall in love. Harana brings excitement and a romantic air to the community as older couples reminisce about falling in love in their younger days, and cousins and siblings watch and prepare to tease the potential couple. 15th, the Pamamanhikan. Pamamanhikan is a Filipino tradition where the groom's family visits the bride's family to formally ask for her hand in marriage. It is an essential part of Filipino culture and is a sign of respect for the bride's family. It is an important pre-wedding tradition in Filipino culture that involves a formal meeting between the families of the bride and groom. It serves as an opportunity for the families to get to know each other and discuss the wedding plans, as well as to show respect for their elders and seek their blessings. 16th, the Flores de Mayo. Flores de Mayo emerged as a festival that beautifully combined religious devotion to the Virgin Mary with the celebration of the natural world's splendor. The name itself, Flores de Mayo, or Flowers of May, reflects the tradition of offering flowers as a tribute to the Virgin Mary. The origins of Flores de Mayo in our country began in the Spanish colonial era of 19th century. It was during the time that Spanish missionaries introduced the Catholic faith to the local population. 17th, the Bayanihan. In the Philippines, the Bayanihan spirit is one of communal unity, helping others without expecting rewards to achieve a certain goal. In earlier days, when houses were made of lighter materials such as coconut leaves, Bayanihan also meant helping one's neighbors move their house literally. This type of bayanihan is less common in today's world of concrete buildings, but the bayanihan spirit is still alive even among millennials. 18th, the Magellan's Cross, Ferdinand's Catholic legacy. A large wooden cross is housed in a stone rotunda built in 1841. The crucifix on show is said to contain remnants from a cross Magellan planted on the shores of Cebu in 1521. A painting on the ceiling of that rotunda shows Magellan erecting the cross. Actually, the locals are doing all the work, Magellan's just standing around. After the Santo Niño, this is the most venerated religious relic in Cebu. 19th, the Banawe Rice Terraces. Banawe Rice Terraces, system of irrigated rice terraces in the mountains of north-central Luzon, Philippines, that were created more than 2,000 years ago by the Ifugao people. Although located in several villages, they are collectively known as the Banawe Rice Terraces. In 1995, various sections of the terraces were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site described as a living cultural landscape of unparalleled beauty. 20. The Barasuan Church in Bulacan. The Barasuan Church, also known as Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish, is a Roman Catholic church located in Malolos, Bulacan. The church was built in 1888 and is one of the most important historical landmarks in the province. The church is best known for establishing the first Philippine Republic, which was proclaimed in 1898. The church is located on Paseo del Congreso Street, corner Don Antonio Bautista Street, Barangay San Gabriel, Malolos. It is an impressive historic church with a genuinely moving facade. The architecture is very traditional and the church is excellent for weddings. The front of the church is truly unique and the view from inside is breathtaking. It also have a beautiful and popular tourist destination. It was built in 1888 and had a wood interior with a white color scheme. The altar is magnificent and the facade is famous for its intricate stones. The church is nostalgic for many people and it is easy to see why it is a lovely place to visit. As we conclude our exploration of the 20 historical places, events, and practices in the Philippines, we are left in awe of the rich and diverse tapestry of culture and heritage that defines this remarkable nation. Each destination on our list stands as a testament to the resilience, creativity, and spirit of the Filipino people. Through the centuries, these historical sites, events, and traditions have served as touchstones connecting past, present, and future generations and fostering a deep sense of identity and pride among Filipinos. As stewards of this heritage, it is our responsibility to cherish and preserve these treasures, ensuring that they continue to inspire and educate for generations to come.